Hello everyone, welcome back to AAS Publishing. In this module we're going to cover the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor. The icon for the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor is shown here. It's also on the right in these videos. So I'd like to do a little interpretation of some of these icons as we go through. I'm not sure they're right, they're just interpretations. So the color, I believe, is derived from a article by Baldry et al. In 2002, where it was the color of the universe. Got a lot of publicity, beigeish white, or as it's known as cosmic latte. So I believe that's the origin of the color. The design I don't have a good interpretation for, so we're just going to leave that one up to artistic impressions on the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor. So Chris Consolis heads up this corridor, and Chris is currently at the University of Nottingham. He's been there since about 2005. And before Nottingham, he was a NSF postdoctoral fellow at Caltech, and he completed his PhD at University of Wisconsin-Madison in Space Telescope Institute. So Chris is an expert on the properties and evolution of galaxies, and he's worked on and studied galaxies from the local universe all the way back to the very first galaxies. And so Chris won the Leverhulme Prize in 2009 for his research, and lately he's focused on the formation of the first galaxies back to the epoch of reionization, and he's also currently preparing, as several are, for the JWST and the Euclid Space Telescope. So that's a little bit about Chris and his efforts as lead editor of the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor. So this corridor includes most topics related to galaxies and cosmologies from within the local group to the very early universe. Topics that go down this corridor are very early universe physics, dark matter, dark energy, cosmological models, cosmological parameters, e.g., for example, Hubble constant, the CMB, cosmic microwave background, galaxy structure and formation and evolution, stellar populations and the evolution of galaxies, the physics and observations of galaxies, clusters, intergalactic medium, reionization, and large surveys of the universe. So these are topics that go down this topical corridor. AGN, active galactic nuclei, can be included in the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor, although some aspects of AGN also appear in the high energy phenomena and fundamental physics corridor. So this is an example of a boundary case. It sort of depends on what the intention and purpose of the AGN are, whether it goes down the Galaxy and Cosmology corridor or whether it goes down the high energy physics corridor. Another example of a borderline topic that will go back and forth depending on what is the use of supernovae, particularly type 1a, but more so also type 2, core collapse supernovae. If the purpose of the supernovae is primarily as a tool to study the universe as a whole, then it goes down the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor. If the purpose of using the supernovae is primarily for the supernovae, then it will go down the high energy and fundamental physics corridor. Excuse me. So articles that go down the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor, these are usually published in the APJ if they have significant theoretical content. They are usually published in AJ if they have significant observational content. And like all of the corridors, they will go down to APJ supplements if they are extensive articles presenting significant new research in astronomy and astrophysics, which of course is the metric for publication in the AAS journals, right? Significant new research. Okay, so that's what I had to say on the Galaxies and Cosmology corridor, its logo, and who heads it up. So thanks, and we'll see you on the next one for the next corridor. Bye-bye.